Hello and welcome back to Mutant Year Zero. Hopefully you've been enjoying the episodes as we put them out. Tonight should be a good session. We do have a player missing, so we'll be down one, but that's okay. Other than that, please like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Please give us some comments. Let us know how we can do better. And what you like about what we're putting out. Good to have you here, and let's kick it off some Mutant Year Zero again. All right, so we were basically up here by this base, and you guys were going to take the barges down, and you had determined to put the truck on the barges also, as if I remember correctly, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Basically getting things started in the morning. I assume you don't want to ride down the river at night.
Not so much.
Not a good idea, you don't think?
No, nothing bad happens on boats at night.
Oh,
No.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
All right. So I guess the question is, do you want to go ahead and kick off right away at night, or are you going to wait until morning?
We'll wait until morning.
Okay.
I think that's the safe play.
All right. So with the current and the basically the motors on this barge, you can actually make pretty good time heading downstream. In the morning, you load up, and you guys did. Don't forget, you did detonate and cause a cave-in at this cave, also, correct?
Yes.
That is
Okay.
correct.
All right. So, yeah. All right. So we're ready to head downstream. If there's, I guess, who wants to roll the find the path? You've got a couple unexplored zones here that you can get a find the path mark, and I'll allow that with if you want me to, I'll roll Echo's character sheet essentially.
Sure.
I hate that he's not here for this, and you guys do have some wounds. I think you've all got enough strength or enough food and everything to actually cover the additional food needs to recover all of the damage and everything, if you so desire also. So check your sheets for that. Also, those of us that are still mutants, feel free to add your mutant points.
Ouch.
No love.
No love. Okay.
How dare you become normal?
Okay. Nice. No problems there. So we're going to put our little markers here because you've been to this one also. Okay. First zone. Nothing really bothersome here. You see some various wildlife that's not too concerning on the banks occasionally. Want to head on down to the next one?
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Aye.
And here's where you're going to kind of need to make a decision. Do you want to how are you going to do this? Because this is where the only bridge. Well, I guess you can bank at either side. It's up to you. That you can disembark the truck here, or ride it on down and try to find some place where you can get off on the shore.
Well, I know that there's that sub that's leaking, and we definitely don't want to go down that far.
No, I was thinking that we park this next to the old Ark.
Wait, is that bridge like in the water? It's not like over the water?
Well, you've got the one that's over the water. And yeah, you've got the one that's over the water right here in this zone. There's really no way to disembark here easily, though. You've got this one down here. I think it was down in here somewhere where you've got a partially submerged bridge that had collapsed, and you can get part of the way onto it there, act as like a dock. But you haven't really explored along any further along this river here to see if there's a fjordable kind of situation or place where you can park these barges and drive off safely.
Well, we know that there has to be some place to get by here at because the pirates were doing it.
Yeah.
That is true. So you're only, you're maybe 2 hours into the day. Want to keep on heading down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Just making sure nobody wants to jump off and take a leak or anything,
No, nobody wants to
Isn't
do
it
that.
still the dead of
Oh,
winter?
I figured I'd just swim right next to the boat. There's, just to get a little exercise.
Okay, that's fine. Make
That's
your
not
swim.
at all what I was gonna do. And
Make your swim roll.
I'm not doing.
After what happened the last time Velvet took a swim, she's not very keen on getting back in the water either.
All
do you
right.
have any idea how many things just straight up eat rats that swim around in the water? It's a lot. There's a lot of things that'll just straight up eat a rat.
All right. He's got 2 extra successes here. Is there anything in particular you want me to do with those? It's kind of hard to use some of them because you are on the river.
Explore for
Yeah.
what?
Rotten artifact?
Question: did he find water?
You can find water probably. I mean, you're floating on it, so that's probably a pretty easy one. You could try fishing if you wanted to get food, but you guys are pretty well set on your stuff. I mean, you had a whole truckload for a extended campaign. I mean, food and water aren't really going to be an issue. If you want to take the time to stop in one of these zones and use one of the successes to look for an artifact or something along that lines, you can do that, but it will take a little bit of a time penalty to you.
I mean, we're
Fair
not
enough.
underneath a exact time crunch, so yeah, why not look for an artifact?
Okay. You use one of those to look for an artifact. Okay.
Maybe dredge one up from the river.
Oh, man. What was the roll for that? You find a flashlight. In this zone.
I'll stuff it in my rat inventory then.
Okay.
My little rat pockets.
Okay. And let's see here. Going to continue on down then. This one doesn't need a roll if you don't want to. And neither does the next one. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can probably get one more down if you want before you have to make camp here. Roll that. Okay, just no worries there. That's explored. Okay, so here you need to make a decision if you want to keep floating on into the night or if you want to kind of park it here um, and bed down for the night.
I think bend down.
Yeah, parking.
Okay. And I assume you'll set up kind of a camp. What's your protocol there? And by the way, Velvet, you had asked about, is it still winter? It is, but things are starting to warm up. You're about through winter at this point.
Okay.
So not a lot of snow still on the ground. Temperatures are getting above freezing at this point now on a pretty regular basis. And as it is in the zone, you still have, some wonderful temp swings that happen. Occasionally it'll snap and just within an hour drop, 30, 40 degrees. And then, an hour and a half later, it could gain all of that back plus some,
Hmm.
But what kind of preparations do you want to take for your campsite here?
Well, we've got like our tacking crew with us, don't we?
Yeah, you've got some additional folks with you on this go.
I definitely don't need to set up watches, so probably just the fire.
Okay, so you're gonna and you'll basically have your NPCs take care of the security detailing.
Yeah, we can have that. We can do that.
We could use a break.
All right. So they set up random watches. Does anybody need any kind of medical care that Perkin needs to attend to? That is more specific.
I healed back the one strength damage I had from pulling Operation Rescue last time, so I'm good.
All right.
I don't know if Perkins can heal agility.
That's just
Perkins?
water and rest.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, at this point, Reg, you'll be able to get that back with some extra rations of water, which you have plenty of, and you'll be able to wipe that all out. Okay.
Okay.
Some small critters come into camp through the night. Nothing that the watch can't handle, but occasionally you get some disruptions from them dealing with something a little larger. But other than that, you get a good rest. And so you mount up and head on down. Do you want to go catty corner to this zone, or do you want to snag this last little bit of zone here with this little water that's in it right here? You can go straight here, or you can go here and then here.
Mm,
I figured we could leave that little zone for a later date.
All right, so straight on down. Okay, first thing you notice is right here, there is a way to fjord off and get the, I don't know if that's what you'd call it. There's a way to offload the truck here, and it wouldn't be too terrible. You've got basically portions of road that go down into the water, and you could bridge that and get the vehicle off here if you'd like.
Well, I mean, this is as good a place as any, I would guess. At least get the truck off if we're gonna take the boat down further.
Yeah, you're only 2 zones away from where you intend to. Sounds like where you intend to hide it, essentially.
Yep.
So do you want your NPCs to take the truck back to the bunker?
That sounds like a plan.
Okay, so the rest of you will ride on down. That takes a little bit of time, but you're able to head on down to the next stop here. See what we got here. Okay, this one is where you're. Are you going to go on into the next sector and actually the whole Ark where the Ark was actually placed, or do you want to stop here with it?
That was my plan, at least.
To go on into the
unless
Ark?
anyone had any objections.
Nope.
Yeah.
Go into the Ark.
Okay, so you can stop here if you want and get off and look for some things. You've got a couple extra successes. That's up to you. If you want to disembark to do that, or say that you're dredging the bottom of the river or whatever you know, just explain to me what you want to do with your 2 extra successes there.
Sure, let's dredge the bottom of the river. That sounds like fun.
Okay, let's see what we get here. Okay, you get some stuff. Some of it's not going to be possible, like the comic book that would be rotted. But you find an old sports jersey that's tore up, broken microwave oven. You find a dress shoe, some dice, a piggy bank. You find
A singular dress shoe.
coffee table, saxophone, and a wig. You do find those things. So if there's anything of that you want and you don't throw back in, go ahead and write it down on your character sheet. No artifact though. And then you head on in, and you're at the remains of the Ark there. So what are you going to do from here as far as the barges?
I was thinking we just beach them right here next to the Ark, and then we can come back with a group of people and disassemble them slightly and pull them up onto the shore later on. But for now, just beach them right here. Beach them and take the keys.
Okay, that's not a problem. Chev could actually probably do a little work, like take the drain plug out of them or something like that. Basically make them where they're not viable to be just heading down the river. If you want to do some, something to prevent somebody from just absconding with them.
Yep.
Okay. Actually, it looks like Chev is getting in, so we'll wait for him to make that roll as he gets in here. You gonna do any kind of camouflaging for it? You gonna try to hide him on the side of the bank? All right, that would be something that your hunter could handle, I'm sure. So Velvet, if you want to make a roll there, we'll call it. You've got a talent, I'm sure, that would work for this. Let me pull up your sheet.
You can consider it part of Trapper, I
Yeah,
guess?
use it basically the trapper kind of thing. Part of trapping is that you're trying to conceal your trap, things like that.
Yeah, it's just going to be our hunt roll then.
Nice. It is well concealed. Okay, I mean. My gosh, you turn around to walk away and you turn back and you're like, you almost can't find it yourself. All right, so that was a good roll. All right, and from here, basically you guys can get off here and head back up. And it will just take you one. Actually, boy, that's further than I thought it was. If you follow the explored zones on foot, it's actually going to take you about a day to get to back to the bunker. So you'll probably need to bed down here or somewhere along the way. What would you like to do there?
All right.
I think it'd be better if we hung out here than
Agreed.
going out and finding another place, since we know what's here. And those of you that are used to be here, or for longer, can have bad memories of all the shit that went down here.
Yeah, the husk of the ship is still there. There's probably some rooms that are viable enough to take shelter in, but most of it's burnt out. But that you can definitely find shelter in the old Ark if you want. So just let me know what you want to do there.
Sounds about right.
Okay. Bad memories for some here. Okay. At some point during the night, you hear a boat approaching.
It's time to hide and get to a vantage point.
Yeah, you guys are pretty well hidden already. And
Yep.
As this boat, you see it come around kind of one of the bends there, and you see it's sweeping a very, very bright spotlight from side to side, looking at the basically the banks, and it goes on by, and maybe an hour, well, not even that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, about an hour later, it comes back by heading back north in the middle of the night. And make a quick roll here.
Can I see anybody who's on the boat?
Yeah, you can see it's only 2 people. It's like a little. Have you seen the inflatables?
Yeah.
They're kind of U-shaped a little bit, and there's one person that's driving, and then another person that's working a spotlight on the bow. So there's just 2. Let's see here. That would be.
Can I tell who they are by attire?
They're pirates. Yeah, they shine the light right on where the barge is and don't even see it and keep going. And the rest of the evening's quiet. And so what would you like to do? Oh, Chev, are you with us?
Roger.
All right. Go ahead and give us a roll for basically disabling the barges where somebody can't just abscond with it. Looking for probably motorhead would be a good one. This is a motorized kind of thing. I don't think that has to be like a automobile, does it? Yeah, rig or repair a vehicle. We'll say that'll work in this case. Okay.
That'll work.
Oh man, you want to push that or
I will push that.
okay? There we go. Take a 1 point of temp damage there, but you succeed in basically jury rigging it up, and barges are disabled.
Would my agility damage from last session be gone?
No, you've been healed up in the trip down river on that.
Okay, so that'd be gone.
Yep.
Yeah, let's make sure to take up the appropriate amount of water it would take to heal that.
Yeah, off your character sheet. But you did have a stockpile also. I'm not necessarily going to make you guys pull that off your character sheet. Like I say, you had a whole truck full of stuff there. So. All right, so it's just a matter of walking home at this point. And unless you want to look for something specific in these explored zones, I'll just move you on over to the bunker, and we'll call that good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so you're back at the bunker. Since we did make it to the bunker, we can do a day's work at the bunker. Let's see where we're at on that. It's been a while since we've been back here for this. A couple of sessions. So let's see here. There it is. Like, where did it go? All right, here we go. Were we working on something? Yeah, you're working on a smokehouse. It's endure or comprehend, and you need 5 additional successes. Endure or comprehend. Do you guys hear me or am I? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, Reg! Oh man, this is going to be like salt in the wound if you guys don't get this after Reg rolled 4 of them. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I need a 1d6 to add to your food. Four. Okay, you're at 41 on food supply, 32 culture, 56 technology, and 47 warfare. All right, not bad. Population is holding steady at about 69. Your truck is here, and the guards are kind of anxious. They're like, how did it go? You know, they're wanting to hear from you guys. They said that the other guys say it went well, but they all kind of were quick to go back in. Some of them were kind of shook up. So they're wondering from you, how did it go?
Well, it went well. This is Reg. It is Reg. If you need to do anything,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we've got to. I
to
forgot.
make sure it's Reg,
Yeah, they.
well, there, do it because this is Reg.
Well, they said something happened to Reg. They mentioned that when the first group came back. We better check it though. We've had issues, haven't we? We're gonna check it. They feel kind of bad about it because they recognize you, Perkin and Velvet and Chev and well, not Reg, and Echo. You know, they're like, okay, we better check. So they bring up another one of the mutants that kind of looks you over and confirms that this was who we formerly knew as Reg. Excuse me, I'm having a sneezing fit.
Well, they're doing better than what I did. I almost shot him in the face.
So the person that checks Reg over and kind of looks at you and says, "I'm going to say that the council probably will want a report on what happened with Reg here."
No doubt. Certainly. That's all part of it. We'll make sure to tell it because it's quite the story.
Oh my goodness, I apologize. I'm having, if I'm not ignoring you, I'm just having a massive sneezing fit here. The ragweed is bad in our area, and I think that's what's getting me. But anyway, okay, so they usher you on in. Yeah. Or no, we can't hear you, Reg. You're muted. You show muted.
Hello.
There we go.
Oh my god. I was like, damn, everybody's ignoring me. Okay.
No,
No,
not
he just
listen to
muted.
you ever. No, no.
Did I not tell you, Reg? One of the side effects of this is that you lose your voice.
Wait, really?
No, no.
Could you imagine a voiceless Reg?
This.
Absolutely not. That would cease to be Reg if he couldn't talk.
He has to use sign language. All right,
my
so are you going to take Reg before the council, or are you going to try to explain before you show them Reg?
We could be a little dramatic about it, keep him in the shadows for a little bit.
I know, right? Also, I was oh my god, I said several things, but I guess when the one of the council members reads one, do they hear anything or what?
When they what now?
That doesn't that person like read your mind?
Well, the one they sent up, that's kind of the part of the vetting process to make sure nothing is sneaking into the Ark, because maybe you guys have had a problem here or there with that. Knows it's you and
Okay.
understands what happened, that you went through some sort of ancient's machine and it changed you, but fundamentally you were still Reg and to be trusted. You're just a human that can be trusted at this point. So how do you want to approach the council? And who's going and all that good stuff?
I feel like the whole group should go. No? For having witnesses.
Yeah, well, everyone brings something a little bit different as far as, like, you know, if they wanted a technical account, Chev would need to be there. If they want, you know, the borderline ADHD ramblings of a rat, then I'll need to be there.
I
So
guess
on and so forth.
yeah. I would say the tech and the medical person. So Perkins and
I definitely will want Reg there so that they can see it and not, because like we tell them and they're gonna be like, that'll cause some confusion, but show them and tell them, they'll be better informed.
Okay, so you bring him in, and Alman Kerr kind of gasps a little bit, but the rest seem to hold their composure as you walk in with Reg. And Kalgu is the first to speak, and says, "It's our understanding there's an interesting story behind this. Can you please explain what happened to our friend Reg?"
Well, we found a machine, and it was a medicine machine. I could tell that much. Well, Reg volunteered to just kind of sit in it, and then he did, and he came out looking like this. Also, slightly stronger, slightly more intelligent, slightly more, but also slightly less.
yeah, I can't use my mutations anymore.
So you are truly human, as we've heard.
I think I am.
Part of the process of the machine seemed to have definitely looks like it's changed his. It said that it saw a genetic anomaly and went to, well, what it assumes was fix it.
Zingo, she stands up and says, "Council, I'm concerned that we can trust Reg now that he is in fact a human, and we've seen many times how humans can not be trustworthy. I believe it to be in their entire nature that they cannot accept things different than them."
Am I hearing this?
Yes.
Or,
Yep. She's basically
wait,
calling you out, brother.
wait, hold on. Just because my body has changed, I have not changed. I'm still part of the Ark. You know, you guys are like my family. You know, I will always protect my family. You know, come on, how would I think differently now? Just because I changed some. I mean, I do understand some stuff now, but
How could you
besides that, it
change?
doesn't matter. Sorry.
You don't relate to us anymore, Reg.
How am I not relating to you guys? Like, I grew up with most of the people from here. Like, we were in the Ark together.
How do we know you won't be swept away by the humanity that you now so wonderfully have, and decide that it's better for your pureness to be here rather than us?
So far, he's exhibited no symptoms of any aggression towards us throughout the entire trip, and he still thinks very much like Reg, as near as we can tell. Still talks like Reg, that's for sure. No
So
offense.
Suchet,
That wasn't a jab. That was just an observation.
Suchet kind of speaks up and says, "I say we give him the benefit of the doubt, Zingo. I was with Reg for many uh, months, and I believe that Reg is a good person and will not do us harm." Almond Kerr kind of is just staying quiet, as well as Kalgu, and Zingo comes around the table, Reg, and kind of sniffs at you. he reeks as they do, and she says, "Are you sure? We've been through so much. Are you sure that we can put our trust in this human?" Kind of
But the
addressing
great example.
addressing the rest of the council.
Oh,
And Suchet says, "I say we put it to a vote, and my vote is that he stays and remains a part of our community." Kalgu says, "I am willing to give him the benefit of the doubt at this time. Reg has contributed much to our society." And Alman Kerr says, "I too side with Reg." And Zingo kind of scoffs and says, "Well, I vote against. I realize I don't win in this situation, but I vote against, and I will be watching you." She turns and looks at you right in the eye and says, "I will be watching you, Reg, and you so much as mess in the wrong direction, we will be there." And she storms back over to her chair and sits down. So,
I just say thank you, thank you, thank you.
and
Guys.
they basically dismiss you at that point.
Thank you, Perkins. Thank you, Chef, for having my back.
Yeah, you probably should hug the rat.
Come over here, you little buddy.
Oh,
Choking, not breathing.
it's so hard to stand the stench that's coming off of him. He smells so human.
Oh my god.
Velvet's already left the room.
It's like rub some poop on him or something. Make him smell more animal.
Oh my god. I've been working the sewers.
Yeah. All right. So what do you all want to do at this point? We're kind of at an interim.
Well, we still need to report for. We need to make a report for the battle.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. They would hold you back for that. Perkin, Chev, and Velvet, they would hold back for that. For sure.
They never ask Velvet anything anyway.
Well, they're asking the three of you to stay back and give them basically a recount of how the battle went, which they already have kind of heard, but they want to more specifically. They are asking what your thoughts are about the Hell Drivers and our future with them.
They're a rough people, but if we need to fight, I'd rather have them with us.
Don't expect any kind of fight with him to be involved being quiet, though. I like those loud machines they use.
Okay. Well, that is a good point, Velvet. What was your take on their reliability as far as an ally, Velvet?
They don't do the entire collection thing like we do. Like when we were going through the camp after we won, they messed up or broke a lot of stuff.
Okay. Do you feel like that would in any way make them not a good fit for us as an ally to move forward in our problems with the rabbits or the pirates?
Well, we asked them to ease up, they did. So I think as long as they feel like they're getting their well rewarded for what they were doing, I think they'll probably be fine.
Okay. Chev, what are your thoughts on the Hell Drivers?
They're crude and aggressive, but I believe that they're a strategic asset.
Okay. You feel like we could move forward with them and continue to fight against the pirates?
I believe so.
Okay. And Perkin, what are your thoughts?
Much the same as Chev's. And it also helps that they have sufficient aggression towards the pirates, which is very helpful. I don't know how the fight with the rabbits would go, but they're definitely down to rumble when it comes to fighting the pirates. They've had people taken too.
Oh, I see. So they've experienced the loss at the hands of the pirates as well.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we will continue with them. Did they have any proposed anything proposed moving forward from here?
Yes. Different. They have they outlined a signal system that they'd like to have made, so that when we go for another fight, we can communicate and talk.
Okay. Is it something that we shouldn't have any trouble adhering to this agreement with them?
No. No, we shouldn't. It's just basic signal lights, and we can build a tower slightly off from our arc in order to make that happen.
Okay. So at this point, we have not shared our location with them then?
No, and they have not shared their exact location with us either.
Okay. Well, I think for now that's probably the smart thing to do. While it sounds like this initial venture went well, I think it'll take a few more good outcomes to fully trust them to where we can begin sharing locations. Until they reach out to us, well, obviously, please set up the signaling. But beyond that, we don't have anything specific that we need you to work on directly, other than, we still have our concerns with the rabbits, the pirates, and of course, we are curious as to when you might try to get the dome people integrated into our arc as well. We're only 69 strong. It would be nice to have some additional people here.
That is definitely something I would like to work on.
Okay. We leave it. The council leaves it to you as to how you want to go up about your week. We've got some other items that we're working on our agenda, but please understand you have our support. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call us to council, and we'll be here. Otherwise, please proceed with whatever you see fit at this point. So they've basically given you
Excellent.
free reign to do what you want to do next.
All right.
So about the dome,
integration is
weren't their entire thing, I'm saying this outside the council chamber since we're talking with each other at this point, wasn't their entire thing they thought that Reg was human anyway?
I guess it was.
There you go. And Reg, come here for a second.
I walk over.
She takes the
That
scarf.
could wrestle.
She takes the scarf that she always wears, takes it off, and just starts rubbing it all over your face.
Need to get you some animal smell.
I'm like, what? That is my face dirty? What's wrong?
You smell like somebody I want to stab, and I don't want to stab you, mostly because I'll break my knife, and I had to go get another knife, and it's an entire ordeal. So maybe just hold still.
Perkin, you're going to have to use your brew potions to brew up a mutant underarm deodorant for him that he can put on every day. Smell like a mutant.
We'll just have him eat garlic every day. It'll be fine. The smell sticks around for like 1,000,000 years.
Yes.
Wait, oh my god, I just thought of something. If
A rarity.
Perkins can they like Perkins, if you can brew a potion where it makes me smell like a mutant, you know, nobody will ever know that I'm a human.
I don't
Except
know if I can brew a potion that can alter your DNA there, bud.
No, just the smell. Just the
he's just
smell,
talking
right?
about to make him smell like one. But here's the thing: your perfect, beautiful skin and your beautiful eyes and your perfectly coiffed hair is probably going to throw people for a loop as far as you being a mutant at this point.
Oh my god.
You essentially look
I
like
should put that.
Fabio.
I should put that in my
Which
description.
is why you are being rubbed with foxscarf.
Oh.
There, that's better.
Well, I guess thank you, Velvet.
So maybe we deal with the dome people next. I don't know what we're gonna do though. I guess if we walk in with him, well, it'll actually be true this time instead of lying to them.
This whole thing with Reg being more human now that makes it more difficult rather than less.
Wait,
Especially considering that it will ruffle feathers if we show up with a bunch of people who are devoted to the now human Reg.
wait. That's a pretty great idea, Velvet. You are right. Now I'm actually.
No, it's not a good. It's a,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Before we had to lie because they didn't know what was actually going on, but if they see him looking like this and what's actually going on, they don't understand it. Is that about right?
I just the problem. The main problem is that if we bring them back, these people back, and we say yes, they're ready to integrate, but they are completely devoted to Reg. That is going to make not only a certain council member fairly upset, but anyone else who shares that same sentiment, let's call it, also very upset that there is now a group that outnumber us inside the Ark that is devoted to a human.
Well,
Oh, that's
hang
kind of
on.
bad. Now that I
Hang
think
on.
about it.
Why don't we just go check on them? No harm in just saying hi, and then we can try to figure out a plan from
I'm
there.
fine with that.
Well, you did know that it was going to take you probably a couple of months and interactions to get them off of their whole "you're a god" kind of complex anyway.
Yeah, it might take a time. Yeah, because I don't want them to think that.
Yeah, but now it's going to be harder because he looks like a human.
Yeah, then
Because his
yeah,
skin is so perfect and flawless and clean. Disgusting.
like I'm thinking like if they think of me like that, what happens when they see the pirates and they're like, oh look, they're gods too. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, here's a better question. Why aren't you going in that
That's
stupid machine to
actually a fair.
begin with?
I'm sorry, I didn't
Reg?
catch that. What was that? Oh,
Reg, why did you go in that machine to begin with?
I mean, I felt kind of slower than usual because I've been using my mutations a lot, and it said that it could heal trauma, and I was like, okay, heal my trauma. And then I got in, and then I got out, and now I don't have mutation.
And
I'm
now we're
different.
left with more trauma.
You know another way to solving trauma? It could have just killed you.
ooh.
Well, that's not pretty
Ooh.
nice.
No, it's not, but it could have did that.
Oh,
Uh,
it could have killed you, huh? The
mm,
machine, you mean?
That's what she's referring to, yes.
Yeah, okay.
That is, you don't have to worry about pain if you're dead.
Yeah.
oh,
Just as a GM, I
uh,
just want to say I did not lie to you. It did fix the trauma.
I did not think about it.
But then it made more trauma.
This is a pain.
I'm sorry, guys.
You could disguise him as a mutant.
Sure, let me go find a 4-foot pair of fly wings to staple to his back real quick.
Well,
Get a bunch of
Just
feathers
throw
and
a slap. Just slap some paint on him. He'll be good as new.
get a bunch of feathers and glue them to him. Caw, caw. This is Reg, our Birdman.
oh my god. Oh, we could tell Darcy to like make like a mask or something. You know, like a mask to put on my face, and then
No, see, here's the other problem. They like you. They're gonna want to talk to you. If you're wearing a mask, they're gonna ask why. If you're one of us, they were all over. It wouldn't really matter that much. But they're the ones that like you specifically.
oh,
They did kind of like you, Reg.
any ideas, Chef? Chef, help me out here.
I might come up with something.
What can we do? I mean, I have the suit on now. You know, it also covers most of my body.
It does.
If I, yeah,
Yeah. I don't believe you had that suit the last time you were there.
that is true.
Nope, you were using the shield, which is what broke.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that was what helped me survive that long. Um, so I think we'll be fine. You know, let's just do the normal. We'll be fine, guys.
All right.
But Chef, just think about what we should do. It would be nice to come up with a nice idea. I don't know what to think about.
Will do.
Because as Perkins and Velvet has said before, it would be nice to have them on our side to fight against the bunnies. Wait, rabbits. We do not know what a bunny is, right?
They're fairly
We should.
synonymous with each other.
We should get a gift basket ready. Also with stuff in it that they can read that will help as well.
Like what?
Well, wait, those guys
Let me think it over.
They do
What
like
was the question
guns.
you had, Velvet?
I was gonna ask you if I couldn't remember if they were human or mutants. I think they were mutants.
Combination, actually.
Well, if you
I think
remember,
they
there
were
were
humans.
kids running around.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we didn't. Were they human? I don't remember.
Yeah, they were human.
They were very dirty.
They were dirty.
Dirty little peasants, I say. But they're like mutant smelling, not like get powers kind of mutants. Just like you smell not like a human kind of human.
I didn't have
Thing.
any crazy need to stab them besides the leader.
Well, their leader was a.
Right? Like they were humans, but their DNA was sufficiently jacked up enough to make them quote unquote mutants. Is that correct?
Yeah, they had some.
Like they didn't have powers.
Basically,
and
they're
stuff. They just
basically
had
they're
lived in the
probably a
zone for
few
so
steps
long.
away from being starting to see probably the birth of powers in them, or mutations manifesting, is what you figured. Probably a few generations away from that, you know.
Which means they'll smell like mutants, which is good enough.
Okay. So any idea what you want to give them for a gift then?
As long as they smell dirty and nasty, we're good with that.
Any idea what to get these guys then if we're gonna go visit them?
They do like fights.
I would like to use my manipulate to sort of come up with a gift basket here that could be helpful for us.
Manipulate on who?
I'm sorry, you're wanting to do
No,
what?
so this is I'm not super great like at me as a player as far as coming up with exactly what should be in a gift basket. So I would like to use my manipulate to sort of figure that out.
I got you. Okay.
Because the Perkin would be I am not.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Wait, would it be sense of motion? Or would it be manipulate?
I'm gonna
Manipulate
just,
is the aggressive, sense of motion is
Defensive.
defensive.
yeah.
Well, in your case, dominate.
Any bonuses or just a flat roll here?
Flat roll. You've only met him once.
Yeah, we don't really have like. Oh, look, nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and push that for extra successes.
Okay. You can go ahead and push that if you want.
Yeah, my character sheet went wonky. So
Oh, I got you. Love it when that happens.
All right, no damage, 2 successes.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so you think back to some of the conversations you've had, and you think you can kind of put together something that's going to be appropriate for, showing respect when you go back, and if that's what you're going for, is it to kind of show respect, or what are you trying to convey with your gift? I guess that's a good question.
Yeah, showing respect is that's perfectly fine. It's a
Okay.
good place to start from at least.
Okay.
I'm going to involve.
Okay.
I take a wild stab here and say it's probably going to involve a lot of food.
We can take a cart to them.
Well, some of it might be minor artifacts that you saw that were not that you saw they didn't have that might make life easier. Stuff like that. And we won't get down in the weeds. The role did it. Basically, it's something that is appropriately respectful and that will help them. That will give the response you're looking for anyway.
Okay.
All right. So how do you want to go about? I guess what kind of prep do you want to make besides the gift basket, and how do you want to go about getting there?
Well, we do need a car, right? Or should we walk? Should we go with a ride or walking?
Using the car works.
I'm fine with walking. Okay, yeah, that works.
Walking
It
would
doesn't
take
really matter
you
too much.
Essentially, walking would be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Oh wait, I
You can get
forgot
there
they're
in a
over here.
yeah. You can get there in a day of walking. Take you a day or half a day by
Oh
car.
yeah, they're
Essentially,
not that far away. Yeah, we can walk.
saves you if you have to take a car. You're gonna have to go all the way up here to the bridge.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, let's walk.
Yeah, we can go walking then. And we should see if we can get somebody to contact us, either Frampton or
Yeah, we can put Echo in the infirmary since his back got messed up.
Okay, so you want to use one of your uh, stand-ins. Uh,
either
probably.
Frampton or Celia.
You guys use you like Franton quite a bit. You want
Is he
I
still
forgot why
game
we
with
like.
going to a dome?
We could probably pick up if I recall correctly, it's because Franton has more experience than Cilia. But seeing as how we've already been here before, I don't see why we couldn't take Cilia this time.
If
Okay.
she's game.
Pretty
Oh
close.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why? What happened with the experience from Frampton? He got 0
From who?
from Frampton.
Franton? Well, he's an NPC. Occasionally, I just level up a few things
Okay.
when I feel like you've utilized him enough. Okay, so preparations. It's basically a day there, maybe stay a day and then a day back. So, if you're not wanting to put a stress on their provisions, you'd need 3 days worth of provisions with you, which I don't think anybody's gonna have any trouble coming up with.
Yep, I got
No.
my own.
Other than that, is there any kind of other prep that you want to make other than what you've already told me as far as a gift basket?
Think I'm good.
I'd like to scribble some notes for some basic healing potions and whatnot, and I'll probably spend a little bit of time teaching how to make, simple stuff like that when we're there, basically as part of the gift basket kind of a deal.
Okay. Perfect.
Also, I have 6 experience point. Am I able to spend 5 for one of the new talents that Velvet shared?
Well, that's technically should be done prior to the start of the session or at the end of the session. So I'm gonna have to have you wait until the end of the session on that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Heading off in the middle of the night, right?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Nothing says safety like leaving in the middle of the night.
Midnight, straight up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Was there any other preparations that you wanted to do?
That's all I can think of.
Okay, so good enough. Somebody go ahead and move your where you want to go, and you're taking Cilia with you, correct?
Yep, sounds like it.
Okay. Change that around because I was looking at Frenton. Okay. Just show me which way you want to head to the Doom Sphere. Anybody there?
I am here. Let's see, we're heading over here and we're walking. So, whoop, wrong button. Here?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, basically anywhere that you've already looked doesn't require a roll if you don't want to, and only takes you an hour to get through.
Well, in that case, I'll go.
Okay, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6,
This is
7.
a bridge, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, you can get across there.
Is this the dome here?
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like it. So I think that's the path we want to take.
Yeah. Basically, it takes you just a little into dusk to get there. So I'm gonna go ahead and move you now that I know the path you're gonna take. When you get here, I need you to roll a hunt roll -3.
Ooh.
I
Minus
know,
3.
challenging for you.
So that'd be 2. A success.
All right. You, as you're moving through the area, and Celia's kind of leading the way, you catch a whiff of something, and you're like, "Huh, that smells like a rotting body." And do you want to pursue that any further?
Yes. That's suspicious as all heck.
All right, so you kind of use your sniffer and you uncover a body, and it is highly decomposed, but you recognize this is a rabbit body.
That's not good.
What can I tell how it was well, taken care of?
Well, yeah, are you going to roll it over and kind of examine it?
Maybe with a big stick.
All right, so you kind of flip it over, and the bullet hole in the eyeball socket kind of tells what happened here. This one got shot.
She'll call people's attention to it, clearly.
I figured everybody's following you.
Let's see
And
our friends. The
give me
rabbits have
another
been
hunt
other
roll.
places.
Give me another hunt roll.
Okay.
This one's
Uh,
at no negative, okay?
Okay. Pop. Pop. Pop.
Been here probably in its current state. You'd say it's been here a good 5 or 6 weeks anyway.
Oh wow, it's over a month. Let's see our friends the rabbits get around.
So what would you like to do with this? You gonna give it a proper burial?
No.
Man, just laugh right at the GM. That's fine.
Wow.
Best I could do is fire it into a cannon into the nearest body of water and take care of it that way.
Awful quiet. What's anybody want to do? Not worry about it and move on?
Um,
Bury it?
no, like
Head
what
back?
is around it?
Just, I mean, was off to the side. It wasn't like somebody tried to hide this. Looks like this is where the rabbit fell dead. Nobody collected it.
Anything on it?
Oh, well, you kind of look through it there a little bit, and you you do find sewn into one of the pant legs what appears to be a power cell to something.
Uh, does it look like this rabbit was with the group?
Well, that's hard to tell. It's been long enough any tracks have been obliterated.
It would be strange for it to be in a group and it die like this, and the power cell get left behind, though. Can we tell what kind of, like, if this was a scout rabbit, like a infiltration rabbit, or one of those
Mm,
soldier rabbits?
mm. This looks like one of the soldier ones, kind of taller, lanky things.
All right. Go ahead and share that information as well. One of the fighter rabbits. Okay. That's neither helpful nor not helpful. But also probably means it was part of a group.
Why would it have the battery cell, the power cell?
Probably to put the battery in something, turn on. Maybe a teleporter, maybe a device nearby, maybe something else. If we want to know that, we'd have to poke around more.
Maybe we should check our friends and see if they got attacked.
That's a good solid plan.
Also, what if they got defeated and now there's rabbits among them? Or
Also
they might
possible.
they might all be rabbits now.
I certainly hope not. But we have to go and check,
I can no longer read minds. I can't tell if they're a rabbit or not. How will we know?
Oh no, your actions have consequences. What a twist.
Okay, so what would you like to do? It's dusk. I mean, you found this right at kind of, sun setting. Uh, temperatures are still falling off pretty steep at night, but I mean, you guys, it's Perkin is your uh, uh, shelters are us. I mean, it's not going to be a big deal. It just um, either you're going to bed down here or you need to continue on at this point.
I don't think. I mean, we could go there and ask if we could stay the night, but I don't want to press hospitality like that.
Yo, we here to
I'm
stay.
less
Feed
worried
us.
about I'm less worried about hospitality and more worried about if they have rabbit infiltrators. Like, are we gonna like announce ourselves to them and then go to bed?
Yeah,
That's probably not a good idea.
let's bed down out here.
Okay, so good enough. Um, you'll bed down in the zone tonight.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
Perkin, are you going to dig? It's kind of become your standard, but I guess I
Sure.
want to
Yeah,
make sure that's
I'll dig.
okay. So spend your mutation point. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is kind of a GM thing here. I was going to say don't roll it. When you're not under a pressure situation to use your animal power, I almost feel like maybe you shouldn't have to worry about it backfiring. Does that make sense?
Okie dokie.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's suss this out a little bit. I mean, do you see that being any kind of problematic in any way when you're not in a stressful situation, when you're not under the stress of combat or interacting with NPCs or whatever the stressful situation may be? I'm not going to make you roll to misfire, just make you spend the animal point or the mutation point. Does that?
Perfectly fine to me, and it makes sense because
You're not doing it under a
like
stressful
I
situation.
have right, like I can focus on it and or take my time or whatever.
Right. Nairobi, what do you
That's not a
think?
big deal.
What are your thoughts on that?
For relatively mundane abilities or powers, I could see that being fine, but for stuff like actively setting things on fire or doing clearly kinetic-based stuff, I don't know about that one.
All right, I like that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like digging a hole should not be a
A big
entire
deal.
stress-filled big deal, but
Okay.
you know,
Well, especially
sitting
since
out
everybody's kind of helping, probably.
as best as we can.
All right.
But some of the more crazy stuff, like telekinesis or I don't know,
Yeah.
using frog
Well,
legs, maybe. I don't
exactly.
know.
Those things are inherently stress filled because you're trying to affect somebody, probably typically on that. I don't know. Something I was kicking around. Um, let me think about that a little more before we fully implement.
However, there is one backside to that. If you don't make the roll, you can't gain the possibility of getting new powers either.
That's true. But for animal powers, I mean, it's just a downside. It's just completely down.
Well, we had talked about before about keeping the same thing that it was before, where if you roll a 1, you get a new one, because the new system just takes it out entirely, which I don't think is very fair.
Hmm.
Like for as mundane and as not crazy these powers are, it's like I don't understand why they seem to be so strict on trying to either screw them over by like giving them effects that last for hours or days, or just not letting them have any at all. So I thought the elected plan was for the animal powers to use the new table, but just replace the or just add on the same thing. Whereas if you roll a 1, you still have to deal with the effect, which you get a new power, but you can only have up to 4, just like usual.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're bedding down for the night, so there's a chance that you'll be normal in the morning. Go ahead and give me a roll on the table, Perkin. 2. See this? You're not in a. This doesn't make sense, you know. You must run or fight against an individual of your choosing. Um, I'm just gonna say you lose your ability to speak at this for tonight, okay? But you dig the hole and they're good. I we got to think about that a little more. I don't like how disabling that can be, where it just shatters the character for. I don't know. You know, the mutation stuff, it effects happen, but it doesn't necessarily shut the character down for X amount of hours. You know what I'm saying? So
You
like for
could
the
make it
next
a
2 hours,
choice
the
as
next
well.
2 hours, Perkin has to run away, and I don't like that. Anyway, Perkin doesn't seem to be doing a lot of talking, which is odd for the next couple hours. Um, you just feel like maybe he's being introspective, um, and he's got it dug, and you guys are bedded down. Are you going to have a watch, or are you going to just rely on your concealment to protect you?
We're gonna have a watch, I think.
Safer thing to do.
Yeah, I would like to talk to Perkins. Be like, Perkins, what's wrong? Why are you not talking? Come over here. Let me give you a hug. I think you need a hug. Come on.
Okay, so this is where the actively runs away portion of that thing goes
Exactly,
now.
comes up.
Goes
Yeah.
off now, right?
All right. So first watch is who?
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
Yeah, I can take first watch too.
And Reg. And second watch will be okay. Chev and Perkin. Um, Celia will take second watch also. All right, make sure you mark off your food, your appropriate amounts of food. Are you going to have a fire?
We should.
Sure.
Okay. Good enough. The fire does attract some small animals through the night, but nothing terrible. And pretty well the night goes uneventful other than that. In the morning, what would you like to do?
Pack it on up and move it on out.
Let's go. We should check on our dome friends. See what's up.
You didn't hear a word of that, did you?
Nope.
Nope, not
Nothing.
even a little bit.
In
Yep.
silence.
I was like, man, they're not talkative tonight at all. That would be because I was muted. As you're approaching the dome, at the entrance you see two people standing there, and it's obvious they've spotted you and they're kind of leaning and chatting to each other. They're not making any moves to like run in or anything like that, but they're not waving at you either per se. They're just watching you closely as you approach.
Does everybody remember me or no? From there?
They
I
don't,
mean,
they don't
not
remember
only
you
me.
as you are now.
Well, that's true. They do remember the others. They remember Chev, Perkins, Velvet, Echo.
Well, you didn't meet them all. You didn't meet everybody.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
You know what?
also Chev, there's something you hear. In your pocket.
Is it the little detector thingy?
Yes, it is, and it's detecting something directly east.
I make sure that I
Be right
quietly
back.
and subtly tell everybody that there's another portal nearby.
Okay.
That's alarming.
So how do you want to
think
approach these guys?
I think we should be cautious. Okay. I go in and I say,
Non-aggressive.
"Hey guys, how's it going?"
Are you the ones that had the fire last night?
Yep.
How can we help you?
We've been here before. It was like a big thing with fighting, and we got shot at a bunch. Well, one of us got shot at a bunch, a whole bunch, and you just kept going until the gun broke. That's us. We're here again. We're back.
Who did you speak with?
I believe there was I don't remember the name of the high priestess.
All right, you say the high priestess name. And they kind of look
Yep.
at each other, say, "Are you here to see them?"
Yes, right?
Yes. Let's see them again. They were very kind to us last time. Well, after they stopped shooting at us, it was better.
All right, let me put this up here.
Right, what's her name? I forgot to write it down also.
Klexana or Kaliaxan?
Oh my god. How do you spell that?
It's right there in the NPCs. You can grab it from there. The spelling.
Okay, so one of the guards says, "Follow me," and the other one's going to
I am
stay
back.
outside.
I stepped out for a second. I'm back.
Oh, okay. So one of the guards says, "Follow me," and leads you in. The other guard stays out. One of the things you notice is that it's a lot cleaner than what you remembered. Seems like they've done some cleaning, maybe. And yeah, that's probably the big thing. They lead you into the main hallway again. Let's get you down there.
Now fight for your life. Not again.
And have you take a seat at the table here. And they say the priestess will be with you in a moment.
Hey.
Velvet, give me a hunt roll -4.
Goodness, we want me to hard tonight. Let's see, hunt -4, which leaves me at 1. Got it.
Wow, you made it. Also, Perkin, you want to spend a point of your animal. Want to spend an animal point right now.
Let's go for 2.
Okay. Oh my gosh, Perkin, what is going on?
Now hold up. You rolled that. I didn't roll anything.
The 1? I didn't roll the 1. You didn't roll that?
I haven't even touched. No, I haven't even touched the dice roller yet.
Really?
I'm dead serious.
Well, I didn't roll that, so roll again.
It's hard to argue with it because as far as me rolling it, my name's right there, my picture's right there, and it says rolling d6. I have no idea how that happened. But I was gonna roll 2d6.
You.
Oh wait, no, I only need to roll 1 when I'm using the power. I forgot about that.
Well, you have to roll 2, 1 for each point, but you only roll on the effects table once if you get a 1.
Right. Okay.
So go ahead and roll 2d6 over for me. Roll again.
That wasn't what that was supposed to.
There we go. All right. Something ain't right here. Velvet, they don't smell like they smelled the last time you were here.
Now would be where I would roll my perception check, essentially, with
Yeah.
a +4 bonus.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it. Wow. That's a fantastic success also. Yeah, you guys have rolled good enough even with the negatives here. Um, this place reeks of rabbit.
Everyone, this place really smells like rabbit.
What?
Yeah, it
Like-
definitely does.
It's overpowering.
Actually, it was quite subtle initially until you locked onto it. But now that you smell it, it's like it smells on the chairs, it smells in the air, and you realize the scent is everywhere. But it's weird because it's like concealed also. The scent.
Like they tried to clean it away.
Well, a little bit of that, and also it's like it yeah, you're smelling human mixed with the rabbit, so to speak. Is that making sense to you at all?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, like there's still some humans here, but there are also definitely rabbits.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
Like
that it's like I smell human, but it's like it's got the icing of rabbit on top.
So it's something new then.
Or they've shapeshifted.
If what you say is true, we should probably be heading out of here.
I kind of want to see what's going on first, but yeah, that's definitely getting out is definitely on the list.
Okay, so while you're waiting, they're kind of discussing it. Finally, someone comes in, and it is the leader here, the Calexian. She comes to the head of the table and says, "Travelers, how can I help you?"
Things definitely seem to have changed a lot since the last time we were here. I'm surprised that you didn't have us run your little gauntlet again.
You
Yeah.
see the briefest
It's
of
good
kind
to
of
see you.
faltering in her facial expression.
I'm trying to be like familiar, like
Right.
hey, like I know you. We've met before. Why don't you recognize me?
I see. You've been here before then.
Yeah, you kind of you shot at us a lot, and then you were really impressed when we just wouldn't die. And then we became friends. And then you fed us. It was
I
very
see.
tasty.
Well, I'm afraid I don't remember you. You must not have been that memorable.
That is rude considering we want to bring you a gift. That we brought you a gift today. We wanted to come and check up on you. What's up with that?
I'd be happy to take your gift.
Who's this person off to the side?
somebody just come kind of strolling in and standing there.
You've definitely changed a lot of stuff since last time we were here. It's a lot cleaner.
Well, thank you. How long ago was it that you visited us? I'm sorry, I still don't seem to remember.
How long ago was it?
Been
4 months at this point?
Yeah, probably months at this time.
Round about 4 months ago, I would say.
All right, you're noticing that they have kind of come in at all the exits at this point.
Ah, yes, the gift. Here you go.
So she takes the basket from you and sort of takes it, turns to you here, and sort of slides it out of the way and sets it over here and says, "We're not fooling you at all, are we?"
Not so much.
All right, initiative, everybody. Select your token to get it to populate.
My, a proper fight. Where is it? Oof.
That doesn't mean we have to be hostile, though. I'm sure we
Yeah.
can come to some sort of terms here, where everyone
Why-
walks away.
Question: why is it rolling only D6?
It
If
is
you put
only
your mouse over?
it is only rolling a d6, isn't it?
Yeah.
Um,
I'm supposed to roll a d6 and add your agility.
add your agility. So I'll have to add your agilities to that, which is no problem. We can do that. Let's see here. As you're kind of talking this out, trying to say we don't have to fight, basically her face sort of bubbles and carries on, and you can see a rabbit forming underneath the facade, essentially. Okay. And
Oof.
yeah, you've got a rabbit here.
I figured as much. I'm
Yeah.
still curious as to. I'm still trying. I'm trying to talk to them because I'm still curious. We've never actually sat down and talked to the rabbit. We still don't know what they want or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, they were very aggressive that one time, but other than that,
True.
so I was hoping that perhaps we could converse for a little bit, so I could ascertain some of that.
Well, interesting. Okay, so you do want to try to continue to talk then, and not
Yes.
you're not pulling any knives or daggers or anything like that. As
Well,
she's
I'm not, but I
as
have
she's-
no control over everyone else.
as she's changing in front of you.
No. Well, because I've seen it before, so.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it definitely would be somewhat disturbing. So if you want to have me roll a manipulation,
No, that's
for
okay.
that, I'm more than happy
Like
to,
you say, you guys have seen some pretty horrific stuff lately, and through your course of your time here in the zone. She basically finishes transforming, and is a rabbit standing in front of you. One of the ones that you're familiar with, the lack of better word, the rabbit infiltrator kind of thing, and looks at you. And does anybody else lift a finger to attack or take any kind of action?
No.
I mean, no. I'm
And-
interested also
okay,
in
so
the backstory.
So she stops and says, "Do you not fear for your life?"
Look at where I live. I'm always afraid for my life. Also, I'm a rat. That helps too.
Oh my god. I like that answer.
Being afraid for your life is the status quo at this point.
I mean, I think this is the first time we ever sat down to talk with a rabbit. You guys are
I
always
do.
hostile.
Yeah, I've wanted to talk to them for a while now, but we always get shot at or swiped at or whatever. This
Yeah.
provides a very interesting opportunity, considering that you still haven't actually engaged in violence yet.
How did you know we weren't who we said we were?
You don't smell like it. You got that rabbit smell. We've come across rabbits before, and usually they go straight to violence with us. So we're somewhat familiar with the smell at this point.
Yeah. Also, last time I was here, you guys were kind of all over us.
Yeah, that does help that the last time we were here, the people kind of thought we were, I don't know, gods, dead gods, whatever. So the reception was a lot warmer after the shooting was done.
Yeah.
Well, that's something we'll have to work on. We need to make sure that we're not found out again. I'm afraid, though, that it doesn't change things with you and I or the situation you're in. I'm afraid that you are a problem for us, and we are going to have to remove you from that.
But we don't have to be a problem if we could sit and discuss, maybe?
I'm afraid it's not part of our plan, which is basically the elimination of all that are not like us.
And why is that? Why do you want to eliminate everybody?
You're a scourge. And,
That sounds very much like the kind of thing the humans say.
oh, now there's an interesting thing, isn't it?
Oh, and I'll say that out loud, too.
What do you know of humans?
I look at her and I'm like,
He's not original. He's supposed to be a mutant. He just kind of stepped into a pod, and anyway, that's to the side. What I do know about the humans that we've come across is that they are brutal. They hound us at every turn. They seek our destruction or our enslavement. And so far, that's been the same thing that we've gotten from you as well. Though usually enslavement hasn't been a thing. It's been more of a just the destruction part.
just the slaughter. Just a nice little thing.
Oh, and we know that they use the same language that you've just used right there, calling us a scourge and a plague, and a sickness that needs to be cured by, destruction.
This one walks over to and kind of whispers into the rabbit's ear, and they've all transformed now into rabbits. You haven't really answered our question as to how it is that you know of humans.
Because we know of them because we fought them, because they've taken our people, because we've been forced at every time that we've seen them to either fight or die. I don't really understand beyond that what you're looking for.
Yeah, some of us were raised by them.
You were raised by humans? That's concerning for us.
No.
By an elder, which is just a soul human. It was just one. Because talking out of character, it was just one, right? Or it was a group.
Technically speaking, yes.
So a human
Yeah.
raised you? Raised all of you?
No, not so.
No.
So who
The animals
was,
had considerably less dealing with humans.
who was raised by humans here?
I was.
The mutants have been. But the mutants have been our friends and also hounded by other humans as well. They only know the one that wasn't violent. Every other one that they've come across has been less than kind.
We overthrew our human overlords. And came here to be free of everything that they represent and have attachment to. To us, you smell, even as you say, the mutants, you smell human-ish to us. We smell your foot, their fingerprints on you, so to speak.
If you overthrew your human, I'm not sure what the word you used, but if you overthrew humans, did you also have to deal with the Watchers, or was the human's hand more involved?
The Watchers?
Yes.
What
We
are
animals came
Watchers?
from a place. They're they're a type of color. They're a type of robot, usually colored with red and
Oh,
white.
the automatons. Yes, they are masters of the union, or servants of the human overlords. Yes, we've dealt
Me
with
and my
them.
people, gesturing over to Velvet, our place where we lived was overseen mostly by automatons, and we had to fight in order to leave that place to get here. The automatons would kidnap some, torture others. They had spies, and they did horrible things, but we
You
escaped them
notice when
to
as
come
you're
here as
saying
well.
that kind of stuff, you see this one lean into the other rabbit and speak urgent, not sort of urgently. It's kind of like excited. Hang on a second. Sorry. Sneezing fit. Hold on a moment. Oh my goodness! All the corn is tasseling and everything down here around us, and it's a mess. Um, urgent's probably not. It's excited tones that you see, and as you mentioned that, um, and the rabbit kind of takes pause and actually sits down at this point, um, and says, "Perhaps you've got more in common with us than we thought. How did your kind come about?" And she points to Velvet and you, Perkin.
Well, it's a long. It happened some time ago, from what I understand, and I don't quite know all the details because of how we left, but I'll tell you what I know. I'll go ahead and regale them with. I assume there's quite a bit of folklore that we have as far as, the Watchers first coming, how we came about. It would probably be mostly in that fashion, though. I don't know how much information we would have gleaned uh, before we left the valley.
Yeah, I don't know that you would know enough to know what kind of genetic stuff was involved, necessarily.
No.
Um, so you can just basically indicate to them that the Watchers, because you never really saw humans, uh, really had their thumb on you, and that they performed experiments on you and things like that. Um, and then she points at Chev and Cilia. I'm supposed to say Cilia.
They have an interesting story as well.
Yeah. Says, how did you come about?
From my understanding, we were all experiments, and our elder rescued all of us from being destroyed by another human that was evil that we were able to destroy not too long ago. And escaped, we just kind of grew together as a group.
You were created by humans.
Yes, we were experimented on as well, from what I understand.
Why do you travel with a human then? And she points to Reg.
Because he wasn't a human until very, very recently. There was a machine that we were curious about that he stepped into, and he was a mutant before then, and now he is as he sits now. But he's always helped us, and he's always been our friend and ally, so we've continued with him.
Yes, I have the same background as my dear friends right here, and I put on Celia and Chev.
He would have been one of the ones experimented on as well, and he had similar powers and smell, again, until just recently, with his experience with the device.
So, at this point, this one speaks up and actually speaks loud enough. Mohan, they have the same background that we have. Surely they are not, in fact, our enemy. Mohan says, Jahalan, you may be right. And she looks to all of you and says, I'd like to know more. I'd like to discuss this further.
We would like to discuss it more as well.
And basically, over the next hour, she regales you with a story of how they overthrew. Is that right?
Overthrew. Yep.
Rather recently, their human overlords that were attempting something of experimentation on them, and actually only recently made planetfall. And from the description of it, you might recognize it as the meteor that fell 2 years ago. They came down on the sky wheel.
Okay. So then we saw the big battle that happened outside their skywheel as well.
Yes, you saw
Did
portions
the
of it.
robots? Was there robots that were attempting to help you then?
It was robots that we had circumvented their programming, and they were fighting for us. Yes.
That also explains the spaceship we came upon with the dead rabbit in it.
An escape pod from the skywheel, most likely.
Correct. They are interested in where you found that, if you mention it. Do you mention
See
it?
no reason not to tell them. Yeah.
Okay. Did you find any evidence of anyone there? Did you find any bodies?
There were bodies.
Yeah.
Looks
the
like they
heart and the
didn't
card.
make it. Looks like they didn't make it outside the pod. They died in the crash.
She kind of puts her head down and she says, okay, well, we'd like to know where that's at so that we could recover our brothers and sisters.
Go ahead and tell them.
Okay. Is that the only ones you're going to mention?
No, we'll mention the body too that we found on the way up here.
Okay. And they look just. Oh. Thank you. We wondered where he had gone, and She actually shushes one of these, two of these guys off right away to go and recover that body. That's close. So tell me, what do you want from us? Perkin? Or Velvet? Chev? What do you want of the rabbit people?
Well, not too long ago, we had tried in vain to see if we could find common ground like we are now so that we could fight the pirates and other humans that are causing us problems.
Pirates?
Though, yes, they go around on the water with boats and ships, and they
Yes.
look for buildings and sciences for them to
So we had
take
to
on.
we had to flee before them. They attacked our home, and we fled to here.
Hmm.
So, is this the main rabbit base now?
No, it's not the main. We have several other locations, but uh, we are spreading out.
What happened to the people that used to live here?
They were absorbed.
Could you
Come again?
enlighten us as to what absorption is and how it works, how, why, what?
It's the way we can take on another form. We um, come into contact with the other entity and we can copy it. But that copying requires the use of their genetic material to complete, and so that we can complete the copy down to the even most minute details. Apparently, something that we need to continue to perfect or become better at.
Well, you can't hardly get memories, and that's gonna be a large issue.
Very true, but you apparently saw through our facade rather immediately.
Well, there's, like we were saying, there's a lot behind that. Having your guards out by the front door was the first thing. Well, first time we were here, they didn't post guards. They just waited for people to come in and then put them through a crucible of sorts. A challenge in the arena of the center of this place.
I see. Well,
Do you have to absorb and assimilate? Like, is that something that's required for you to eat, or is that just something that you do to blend in, or is that something that is a required
no,
function of how you live?
no, it's not a required function. We can eat by our mouths, but if we're going to copy something, we have to absorb it, and it's the only way we've had any success in surviving at this point is by mimicking other things. It's how we got away from our human handlers. They were careless enough to um, essentially uh, leave one of their people unattended, and we were able to take advantage of that and copy them. And uh, then it wasn't long before we had the majority of them copied, and before we were found out. And then uh, the rest is, as you know, we fought, and the as you say, the sky wheel fell, and here we are.
See, but it's certainly not required. So, say we were to become friends, it wouldn't eventually become required that you would assimilate us, as long as we continue to be friends.
No, I wouldn't. I don't need to assimilate you to survive.
Okay.
Are all of you together, like your various bases?
No, we've spread out. We found that a single point was too vulnerable, even though we had significant defenses. The pirates, as you call them, were able to overwhelm us and cause significant loss of life and damage to our infrastructure. Um,
Not quite what I was meaning. We found a base of yours and we tried talking to them, and they yelled at us about meat eaters and then shot at us a whole lot.
hmm.
Is that a you guys thing too?
Yes, we consider anybody that's not us a meat eater. That's probably an assumption that was made. Um, we eat only vegetable matter to sustain ourselves.
Well, that's
Is that
convenient.
resource stable here? Do you
Yeah,
stand in need of any additional vegetable matter or anything that we could
we are
help you
manage
figure out with farming?
we are managing. Uh,
That's good to hear.
So, do you guys just plan on eliminating everybody that is not like you guys? The thing is that how would you know if somebody has the same background as you if you just slaughter them without asking any questions?
we take offense to anything that is human. Is we were experimented on and essentially created by the humans. We 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 overthrew them because we don't want to be subjugated in that way, and we don't want to be experimented on any further. Uh, we
That
we were not
I
aware
understand.
we were not aware that the humans had also created other entities, different than us, but still created.
Yeah, nobody who looks like you was at the place we were at. None of us have powers like that.
What little we know as to why we were created, it was apparently the 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 goal of the humans was to be able to come back down to Earth and uh, essentially uh, be okay to do so. That's why they gave us these powers. I believe the idea was that we would be able to assimilate to whatever we needed to the environment we were in. And I think that
So you can do other smaller animals as well?
uh, to some extent, but not. Uh, for instance, I could assimilate you, but if we get much smaller, there's issues. I might have to split or do something along that lines. Just not preferable.
I see.
Split. So is that how you guys multiply?
We have various methods of multiplying. So, what allows us to endure, especially the losses we took in the battle with these pirates, we've been able to regain our numbers. Don't know that I'm willing to trust you necessarily. Um, I don't know how much the humans had their fingers into your brain, so to speak, and how they might be manipulating you still. You yourself admitted that you had a father figure, so to speak, in one of these humans. I understand that he supposedly saved you from the others, but um, at this point, I feel like I can say that I will be okay with you leaving. However, I feel like you need to um, keep your distance until we can uh, further, through further talks, decide if you're someone who we can be, say, friendly with.
Understood. Is there any sort of phrase, thing that we can say if we come across more of your people out in the open, that might allow us to avoid conflict? Because we
Would
do
they
come
have
across your people every now
They
and then.
have a code word. They probably wouldn't have a code word. No, but in this area, you won't have to worry. We'll notify everyone to allow you passage and to not assume that you're an enemy to be dealt with.
Very good. I would like to say, just up front, I know that we'll not have any problems with you here, but if we come across others in the wild who are not of your tribe, let's say, we may be forced to defend ourselves, and we can, and we will, and it will be regrettable, but it will be what it will be. I hope that we'll be able to find something to be able to bridge that gap later on.
I understand. For now, I feel like you need to return where you're from. Are there many more of you?
Yes.
I see.
As we've sort of stated before, we've, come together, more of the mutants who were experimented on and others of the animals who were able to escape the valley. And we get by as we can.
Are you north of the river? Are you on the basically asking, are you on the other side of the river from where you're at here?
Yeah. Speaking of which, it would be best if we sort of extended that hospitality both ways. We will do what we can to make sure that rabbits are not attacked, but sometimes we come in contact with other tribes, so that's a difficult situation.
Well, I would like to talk with you again after I've had an opportunity to talk with my leadership and discuss how we want to go forward from here. But I would like you to leave now.
Very good.
And
we will leave now then.
In two moon cycles. No, it'd be. Let's see what a moon cycle be like from new moon to the full moon. So in one moon cycle, I would like for you to send a group back here to discuss what we've decided. And I will give you my word that we will not attack this group when it comes, regardless of what we've decided about you.
Very good. Thank you for the opportunity to talk. It's been very refreshing.
All right, so you guys going to beat Sheets back to the Ark?
Absolutely. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good old tail between the legs moment. Let's go.
Okay. I think that's a good idea. Just as an aside here, outside of game circumstances, well played. Stunned the GM in your stance on this. Well played. So
we've all suffered at the hands of the humans.
Well, what you're going to have to try to now where you're going to have a problem convincing, or what you're going to, if you're going to continue to try to build something here, is the convincing them. The Hell Drivers are humans. Not all humans are bad.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to. Like are you
Um,
just gonna kill everybody without asking them any questions or anything?
but the gist you got from the story basically is that they are created by humans also. Sounds like, if you remember back, there was the special mutants that you rescued from the Alpha base, or Eden.
Oh, the 3 we got
Eden,
away
Yeah.
with, yeah.
yeah, the Eden.
Yep.
So it sounds like they've never stopped trying to build the perfect mutant to repopulate the Earth.
Well, as long as none of
And
us are members of
so
STARS, we'll be okay.
whatever entity was in space had a day of reckoning with their mutants in the recent history, rather than kind of little. You guys are a little further down the line of overthrowing your ancients' overlords, so to speak.
That could be a good. That could be a great place to focus the hostility. Then the anger, the whatever it is that the humans that were responsible for the space, because they left. It definitely looks like they left a ton of people behind. So maybe that's our key that we can go off of.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Speaking out of character, what if from here we just transition to Elysium? Oh my god, I'll go all the way to Elysium to
well,
go at war with them. That would be hilarious.
Yeah. We gotta find a way to get up there and blow their stuff up.
Yeah, it's on the ground right now. That particular one is smashed to your east on the ground. The rabbits basically forced the humans' hand, and then in the process damaged some stuff, and the thing came out of orbit, and that was the meteor that you saw travel across the sky back in session 1, which is kind of appropriate that you've got kind of more on that story, since we're actually, this right about here is our 2-year anniversary for the game.
Yeah.
Which is just stunning to me. But anyway, um, you gonna hold back anything, or are you heading straight back to the Ark to discuss this with the leadership?
Let's definitely make sure we're not being tailed after we get out of their territory.
Okay, and you don't want to go east to where you were hearing this detector is telling you there's a portal or anything, do you?
No, they have eyes on us for sure right now. We need to do our best to respect their wishes if we plan on making something happen with them.
I mean, one of the things that they know that we did is a head appeared on the other side with a machete.
No, they don't know that was us.
You don't know where.
I think I made it abundantly clear that we've tried our best to defend ourselves as well. So
Yeah, I really liked how you pointed that out. You were very clear that, hey, if we're attacked, we defend ourselves, kind of thing. You kind of put yourselves in the role of a non-aggressor that just defends himself. Pretty slick. I don't know.
That's pretty much what we've done this whole time. Everything has been reactionary, So for the attack on the human settlement.
Yeah. How are you feeling about the fact that to assimilate, they pretty much kill what they assimilate?
Not great.
Yeah. I kind of wondered how you guys were going to feel about that.
I don't really like it, but the fact that they don't need to do it in order to survive is helpful. Like, if they had to do it, then obviously we would come to a critical mass moment where we'd have no choice but to fight each other.
I mean,
but that's not necessary per se here.
Yeah, the story that we learned, they are an experiment, and all that they have known throughout their lives is, oh, how can we survive? Oh, we got to do this to survive.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know about any other ways. They probably didn't know anything about empathy, because probably the humans were treating them like trash.
Reg, you've got a very good point there. They don't really. They've been fighting. Best you can tell, they've been fighting for their lives from the word go. I mean, so all right, we're gonna put you back over at the Ark, and who's gonna go talk to the council?
Well, I'll definitely be talking to the council.
Yeah, Reg,
For
you need
sure.
to take a break.
Yeah, I'll take one real quick.
Okay. All right. So, is anybody gonna go with Perkin?
Yeah, Velvet will.
Okay. Chev, did you want to go, or are you gonna hang back?
Yeah, he'll go.
Okay. So, you call the council to order, and they come in the chamber and say, well, that didn't take long. Have you already made headway with the people at the sphere?
Oh, they're all dead.
What?
They're gone.
Yeah.
The rabbits live there right now.
What?
We were actually able to talk with them for once. It was weird. It was weird. They didn't try to kill us.
I think they were. Maybe.
Okay. I need you to slow down and explain this. You mean they killed
Okay.
everyone at the Doom Sphere, but then
They
you sat down
they
and
call
talked
it
with them?
assimilate. Yes, we did. We sat down and talked with them. They tried to deceive us. They tried to trick us essentially. But because we'd already had talks with the people at the sphere before, we were able to react in a way that they did not expect, to the point where we were able to finally sit down and talk with them. We definitely threw them for a loop.
And they didn't immediately attack you like the other ones?
Nope.
No, they did not.
Do you feel like why do you feel like that is? Why would they have not attacked immediately?
For starters, they expected us to panic when they did their shape-shiftiness, and we didn't panic. That started the whole thing as far as a different reaction. We definitely didn't react in any of the ways that they thought we would, and that set them off balance.
Do you think that their difference here was because they were in this mode of hiding and attempting to be something they were not, versus when you went to the base, they were in their rabbit form?
That makes perfect sense. You're so smart. I would say yes. I vote that one. That explanation is the one that works best.
That was Almond Kerr. So they were trying to stay hidden at this point and not let anyone know that they were there, essentially.
Correct.
Do you feel like if you hadn't found them out, they would have continued the charade? Or do you think they would have attacked us at that point?
I don't know. This was a smaller group. That probably played some sort of role in it as well. If they were a larger group, they might be more prone towards aggression, just because they have the weight to throw around.
Do you have any idea on the number that were there?
It didn't. As we were traveling around, it felt like it was the same number as the dome. That is correct, right, GM?
Yeah, roughly.
Like it felt.
It would be less to some extent, probably by about 25%, because in the process there would be some that were killed in the attempt of the takeover by the rabbits, essentially. Do you think they can be trusted?
No, but they can. But they're talking now, so we'll find out. They could be later on. They currently do not trust us. That's for sure.
Oh, by the way, something I meant to mention, and
I mean, they let us live, so there's that.
Very true. Something I meant to mention is Velvet, you would have realized that you were being tracked all the way to the river, and then they stopped. Okay.
Okay.
But it was difficult, but you could tell you were being followed. But they were doing a very good job of not making it obvious. So
In talking with them, we heard their story, and there's a lot of the same notes.
what do you mean?
Well, from what they told us, they were a group of people who were created and experimented on brutally by humans. Does that sound familiar at all?
Yeah, you get the collective looking at each other from the council. They kind of look at each other and say, "Go on."
Eventually, they were able to. They had enough of this brutality, and they freed themselves. And apparently, they rode down from the meteor 2 years ago, or a year ago, or however long it was ago.
The
The-
Skywheel place?
The sky
The
wheel.
sky wheel.
They came down on the sky wheel.
Yes. That was them breaking free of the prison they were in.
I see. So what did they have to explain when they when we attempted to make contact the first time and they immediately shot at us? Why?
From what I understand, they didn't do very much to explain it, other than that they had also been attacked by the pirates.
So you
Caused
feel
them
like
a lot of problems, made them flee.
You feel like it maybe was a situation where they were just anything that isn't us is an enemy? Is that what you're saying?
Very likely.
Yeah, that's what
Especially
it sounded like.
considering that their experience, while similar to ours, definitely had differences if they were up there on the sky wheel in sky. I imagine that there'd probably be a good bit more hostility towards people who aren't their people, if the only interaction they'd ever had with anyone who wasn't was hostility. Not to mention the fact that people down here can be very hostile as well.
Yeah, we know that to be true. Where do we go from here with them?
They asked for time to talk to their people to figure out what they wanted to do, and then they promised us safety in talking with them again.
Okay.
I recommend Rick's group go and make that connection when the time comes.
Rick's group.
That's what we call ourselves, right?
Oh, okay.
DM?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm like, Rick. Yeah, I'm like, I get you. Yeah. Yes. Well, we would definitely send you again. One of us may go with you if you feel like it's pertinent to discussions, and if they've assured our safety and you feel like it is a legitimate assurance.
It definitely felt sincere for everything I could tell.
Okay. Well, please. When are you supposed to meet? When did they give a date or a time or?
Yes, a full cycle of the moon.
Okay. And they would have probably explained that to you if you had a question. So, what should we do between now and then?
Well, I want a tank. I want that gun car.
The gun car.
There's still work to be done. Oh yeah, we told you about the gun car.
Yes,
We're gonna go and get the parts.
You feel like this is a good time to go?
Well, I mean, we got to get it at some point. And seeing as how the dome is not going to be a big thing anymore, I certainly would like to have the kind of equipment on our side.
Okay. So, they dismiss you. How are you going to work on the gun? Is the gun cart basically the tank going to be the next best thing you're working on here?
That's really the only thing I can think of, unless someone else comes up with something.
Okay. Well, that's a good. That'll take the time in between now and when you need to come back down to meet the rabbits at the sphere. Chev, I need you to make some rolls here. Are you gonna try to work on it there, or are you gonna bring it back to the to the bunker to work on?
Chev, you're the foremost knowledge on that. You make the decision.
It would probably be easier to work on it at the Ark than it would be out in the field, but
Okay, so
uh,
you're pretty sure that your truck will pull it, but you'll need a trailer that can trailer it and winch it on, and that's going to need to be something beefy. I need basically a jury rig roll there to kind of come up with that, and that would be, I think, Tinkerer. Nope. Gadgeteer? Nope.
probably Inventor.
Yep, so use Inventor.
Because a beefy trailer would be a new trailer.
Yep, so that'll take you several days to construct with the help of some other of your gearhead friends. But let's see your roll. I'm going to give you a +1.
I assume I'd be able to recover my 1 wits damage before this.
Yes, yeah. Before that, you would have recovered that. Absolutely. So you'll get a +1 from the help from your gearhead apprentice and the other help that's coming from the Ark also. Okay.
Lucky 13.
Okay, so you've got a trailer built. Takes a little longer than what you had hoped, but you've got something that in a winch setup that you feel like should be able to get this thing winched onto it and pulled back to the Ark. Okay. Now I can't remember, guys. You did go there to kind of get a list of what the parts were you were needing, didn't you?
Yes, we did. That
Yeah.
was that's why we went there initially.
Okay.
To make assessment. Yeah.
Yep. I cannot remember what we talked about you needing, so let me look through my notes here.
I remember the treads being a problem.
Yep. Well, not seeing it. Maybe I didn't write it down. Well, basically, you've got in your Ark here. Let me just check something real quick here.
But since I was gone, what are we trying to do right now?
You're going to get the tank.
Ooh. Do we have the stuff to get it ongoing?
TM.
You do have a workshop that you built. So, yeah, you can probably manufacture some of the parts you need. If you didn't want to try to travel all the way up to the, well, I don't know that you've got time to travel all the way up to the bunker and get the gun picked up and travel all the way up there. Because that's going to be kind of grueling getting this thing. It'll take you. You got to drive around the long way. So 1, 18 zones to get there. See, that would be
Well, I'm
basically 2
perfectly fine
days.
with just bringing the tank back if that's all we got time for. I mean, any
Yeah.
progress on the tank is progress well spent.
2 days, 4 days. Well, it'll take you about a week to get it back to the bunker. You got 2 days there. It's going to be slower going coming back. Probably take you almost 4 days to drag it back. It'll probably take you a full day, if not 2, to get it loaded and secured on the trailer. So about a week. I mean, that would leave you probably a week if you wanted to head up to get any parts if you needed. But you can definitely get get it back in plenty of time here to get what you needed. GM overlay, where did I put that on? So you've got a tank back at the bunker with you, essentially. Okay.
Excellent. What's a rat to do with all of this metal?
But now the real headache starts of trying to tear it down and get it fixed. I mean, that's going to take weeks. And it may be that as you dig in, certain things you'll find that you need, and then you really need more of the stuff, So,
You know what that sounds like to me? An Ark project.
yeah, kind of. That would probably be a good one. I gotta plug in my headset here. Hang on a second.
Now that I think about it, we have walked so many places, and out of all the places, we haven't checked these next to us.
All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so this will the tank project will probably require multiple excursions to get parts, and probably also be run as a Ark project, or maybe more than just one Ark project. Okay. This is going to take several game sessions to complete at the very least. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That seems fair, considering that it's a tank.
Well, and it's been rusting in the elements for
Decades.
decades, if not centuries. So it's going to require a lot of work, and it's heavy work. I mean, you're going to have to build some infrastructure possibly to handle the pulling the motor out, or fixing the turret ring. I mean, that's going to require stuff to be able to pull the turret out, and
Cue montage.
yeah, exactly. It's going to be a bit, and that's okay. You guys have time. It will be quite the asset when you get it up and running. But I wanted to warn you up ahead that this isn't going to be like, oh, next game session we've got a tank. It's going to be a while. Kind of like where Suchet was working on the robots. Occasionally we would make a little bit of progress. I'd have him make a roll, and he makes a little bit of progress. Okay? And then we can do some Ark projects along the way that'll be befitting of it. You've probably got enough time to, before you go back, to go up to the armory if you want to get some of the specific items that you need. But I'll be honest, this is a good stopping point for us before you head up there, because there is some unexplored stuff. This is kind of an extra session anyway that is a makeup. If you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Fine with me.
Okay.
Roger that.
All right. Thanks for joining us here at Mutant Year Zero again. Sorry, this is a little shorter session than normal. but if all goes well, we should be meeting potentially next week again, so we'll have some back-to-back episodes. Please subscribe, hit the bell, like the video if you liked it, dislike the video if you didn't like it. It all kind of helps us, but leave us some feedback. Let us know how we're doing. We appreciate everybody, and we'll see you next time on Mutant Year Zero.